A lot of people don't realize you can use latex house paint, load your brush right out and go right at it. My truck looks good. Woo, I got distracted for a minute, sorry. She looks good wet. That sounded dirty. What's up, it is Casey from Caseyscustoms. We are back on the beautiful 1965 Mustang. In this video, we get it sealed, we start on our bodywork, we also start digging into the motor to install our twin turbos. Let's go. How that sound, yeah, that sound good. Tell them bring it down. Ice and Wendy's in your town, don't forget the dollar sign. How that sound, yeah, that sound good. Tell them get in line. Hold it down, came up from the under. Before we get started here today, I wanted to say my merch site is finally live. www.caseyscustoms.com. All the merch we're going to have is already on there. It's live. You can buy stuff now. Right now, we are limited on designs and also the items we're offering. As we get going, we're going to have a lot more designs, a lot more, different items. Hats, beanies, sweaters, all kinds of stuff like that. Right now, we're just doing t-shirts and I think a couple hoodies. I've had a merch site for probably a year now. It was done by a third party and the quality was just garbage. I wasn't really happy with it, so I've never really promoted it. I've never really told anybody even where it was. But that has all changed. My sister actually bought a t-shirt machine and we are going to be printing the shirts as the orders come in. So the only thing I ask is please be patient, because we're kind of just getting rolling on this. But if you are wanting some merch, I know a lot of you have asked for it, please go check out Caseyscustoms.com. And if you have any questions or there's something you want to see in the merch store, shoot me a comment on this video and I will take a look at them. But thank you guys very much. Now, let's get on with the twin turbos. It is another Mustang video day. I absolutely love this thing in bare metal. It really looks good. I mean, I almost want to clear coat it and just run it in bare metal, but we're going to paint it. It's a disservice to it to not paint it because we've done a lot of really good stuff and it'll look really, really nice painted, so it's time. Also, the bare metal has been rusting just instantly just because there's so much humidity and stuff. Also, you just, put your hand on it and then there's a rust spot from the oils on your hand. I don't know how much is showing up on camera, but there is a lot of surface rust on it and it's time to seal it up. I got some roll-on sealer from Eastwood. I've used it a bunch of different times on the channel. Really, really like it. And it's time to do it. We got a couple of spinny boys showing up for under the hood. They should be here this video, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff under the hood, leaning over the fenders, all that kind of fun stuff. So it's just probably time to get all this shit sealed up. So I'm going to jack it up, sand it all down one more time to get some of this surface rust off, and then we're going to tape it off and start rolling on some clear. So let's do all that. So we got all the metal work done on the 65 Mustang. A lot of people don't realize you can use latex house paint. It actually works very well. It's good to put it on with a roller because it goes on a lot smoother, but you can go ahead and just load your brush right out and go right at it. Just like this. You get a lot of control of the brush, but unfortunately you will have some brush strokes, but I'll probably just put another coat on to get rid of those. A little bit more. Oh yeah, you can definitely see some brush strokes, but that's okay. Oof, she's gonna look awesome. Okay, so now that the troll video is over, we're gonna go ahead and jack it up, get the rims off, and obviously this is not latex house paint. This is Eastwood's roll-on primer. They have a sealer and they have a high build primer. This is actually the sealer. This will seal up our metal. We won't have any more rust, and it's a really good foundation to start doing your body work on. So obviously I have to fix the brush marks now, but that video is gonna piss a lot of people off, and I kind of like doing that every now and then. So I'm gonna jack it up, get the wheels off, then we'll start rolling. Okay, got it all taped off. It's on jack stands, got the wheels out. I really didn't want to get any paint on my wheels, obviously. It's ready to roll. This stuff stinks, just like most urethane sealers do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my face mask on, start rolling, get this thing all covered up. I have no idea why the Midwest is going through like a heat cycle right now, but it is currently 95 degrees. It's only 11 a.m. So it's drying really quick, a lot quicker than it should be. So we're gonna go ahead and time lapse this. I'm gonna run around as fast as I can and get this thing sealed up. This stuff covers very well. It's really thin though. It's like almost watery. Covers very well though, but like I said, it's drying super fast. So I'm gonna roll it as quickly as possible because I don't want it to. If it's drying while you're rolling it, you'll have all the roll marks and it's a real pain in the ass to sand out. So yeah, let's stop blabbering and get to work. Oh, it stinks, and it is so hot, the devil is breathing on me himself. Ooh, it stinks. We're gonna let this dry overnight. Ooh. Definitely looks different white. Not as cool as bare metal, but I'm happy it's not gonna be constantly rusting like it was before. That sanding I did earlier, that was like 2 hours, and I think I've done that twice now just to get surface rust off. So yeah, it's a real pain in the ass having one of these in bare metal in the summer. So yep, talk to you tomorrow.
The next day.
It's here. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. We got a couple of Wuhan whistlers. They're looking great. So excited. Of course, every time I've bought one of these all-inclusive kits, comes with everything you need. It's missing like 5 different things. So had to order a couple things. They have to resend me a couple things they didn't send. Oil lines for the turbos, stuff like that. But I have plenty of stuff to get started. I'm still waiting on the headers. I don't know if I said it in the video before. This turbo kit is actually not for this car. The only turbo kit I could find for a 4.0 V6 Mustang was like $6 grand. And it looks like they just make them as they're ordered. So it's like a one-off kit. I'm not doing all that. So I ended up buying this turbo kit. Is for a 98 to I think 2004 Mustang, and it looks like everything is going to be the exact same from the newer kit, but obviously the headers are a little bit different. So what I did was I ordered some headers for this Mustang, and then we're just going to customize them ourselves. Oh, they're right here. Check them out. These are some universal mounts I bought. These will mount to our turbos, and then this will go into our header. So the goal, obviously you can't see because the hood's here, but we'll get this hood off in a minute. The goal is to have a turbo here, and then they'll run in together into the intake like that. Plan is to get this motor as much horsepower as it can and then essentially blow it up. But what's funny is I've had a couple people reach out and they said, hey, those 4.0s are actually built like tanks. You might mess around and end up having a really high-performing, nice engine that you don't want to blow up. And I said, well, we'll push her to the max, and then we'll have some fun. A lot of people were like, if you're going to blow up the motor, why don't you just drain the oil and stick a brick on the throttle? That's been done so many times on YouTube. It's boring. So we're going to have some fun. And if for some reason this ends up being a nice performing setup, we'll run it for a little bit and have some fun. It's getting ready to be the winter, so I'm not tripping on it anyways. The interest in this build is slowly going down. People like to watch projects. They don't really like watching projects get finished, at least from what I've seen on YouTube. So we're going to definitely just keep tweaking stuff so that it stays interesting and it stays fun. But for now, we are not touching that. I'm still waiting on headers and stuff. We're going to get started on our bodywork. This thing immediately lost 10 cool points now that it's not in bare metal anymore. Also, this looks like shit. I need to do some cutting over there, but we'll talk about that later. I'm going to get started on my bodywork. I have my fiberglass that I'm going to put on first, which is like fiberglass and Bondo resin mixed together. I said that backwards. It's like Bondo resin with fiberglass in it mixed together. We're going to do a coat of that first. That's a little bit stronger than regular Bondo. We'll sand that down, then we'll start doing our Bondo. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to cut this up and remake this because it looks like dog shit. But yeah, let's get started. You've never seen this Duraglass or Bondo glass like this is called. What it is it's short strand fiberglass mixed with resin, mixed with body filler. So it kind of has a body filler consistency, not really, but it's a lot easier than working with fiberglass where you have your resin, you have your strands, you have to mix it together and then, kind of gloop it on there. This works a lot easier. You just add a little bit of hardener to it, mix it up, and you can spread it just like a Bondo. But it basically is, it's not quite as strong as fiberglass, but it's pretty damn close. And it's good shit. Really good to use on spots, that
That's it.
will take up a lot of
Nice and
use.
hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Just like that, baby. And then rinse and repeat 600 times. Check it out. We are slathering this Duraglass everywhere. I really like Duraglass, but it is hard as a rock whenever it dries. I'm probably going to go ahead and just put it all over all my seams and we'll just let it sit overnight, and then we'll come in tomorrow and start sanding it. It sands really hard too, but it's awesome to put on any seams. You know, any seams that you've welded, it's nice to have a little bit of Duraglass on top of it before, you know, you do your regular Bondo. Basically, you know, like a newer version of lead, even though it's not, but it's the way guys run it. So I'm just putting a lot of it on. We still have all the seams on this side to do, so we're gonna start doing that. I was gonna say, I don't know if I said it on camera, but we got the trunk lid in finally. Very, very excited. This trunk lid, I just had something so that I needed to put a trunk lid on so I can put my quarter panels on, because, you know, you need to know how wide everything is. But it is bad. It's bent all to hell. It's never really fit right. So it's really nice to finally have the new one in. We can get our gaps set up perfectly. Came from the beautiful people at Hawley. They have taken care of us a lot on this build, and I'm really happy to be working with them. But yeah, I'm obviously stalling because I need to put more Duraglass on, and it just takes forever. But let's get back at it. Check it out. Through the new trunk up there, it looks so good. Gaps are perfect. Really, really happy about that because, you know, I knew that trunk wasn't great, but I was still like, you know, maybe something's tweaked and we need to, you know, move it around. Or money. This looks great. Very, very happy. I still need to bolt on the hinges, but I'll wait till my dad's here because I don't want to try and do it and drop it and mess a corner up. I cannot believe I spent almost 4 hours today just putting fiberglass on the car, but you'll have that with your bigger jobs. We're gonna let this dry probably all day. I'll come back tomorrow, start sanding this down, and we will start doing some body work. Also, my dad was a painter, body man and painter for like 30 years. He hates when I do body work because he's so much better at it than me, but I'm too impatient to wait for him to just do his thing. So probably not tomorrow, probably the next day, I'll have him come in and help, and we will get his reaction to learning that I'm starting on the body work. And I guarantee he's going to go, what'd you do? It's going to be a good time. But we're going to let this shit dry overnight, and we'll be sanding tomorrow, baby. So fun fact, it rained all day, and it is currently like 58 degrees or something. It feels amazing. I don't know why, but we've had like a crazy little heat spell here the last week. It was 102 yesterday, was the heat index. Might have been a little bit higher, but this is absolutely amazing. I love it. So even though it's like midnight, kids got school tomorrow, all kinds of shit, I told the wife, I said, I'm gonna work a couple hours just because it feels so nice. So we're sanding fiberglass, baby.
Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got.
Okay, sanded for like almost 2 hours, and I barely got this side done. I got like 80% of this side done. This stuff sands so freaking hard. Also, this is ass backwards from how you would normally do it. You want to just take one panel, get that panel nice, move to the next panel. But since I have to do the fiberglass down on all my welds, I'm just gonna do all the fiberglass at once and then sand all the fiberglass off, and then start just doing Bondo sands. Super easy. You know, you just hand sand Bondo off, no problems. You basically can't hand sand this shit off. It's just hard as a rock. I'm done for the night. We're gonna pick up tomorrow. I think the goal will be get all the fiberglass sanded down, and then probably start playing with the motor and the turbo kit a little bit. I definitely don't want 20 hours of sanding Bondo for a video. That'll be kind of boring. So we'll probably start digging into the motor stuff, but I'm definitely done tonight. So the other day I filmed, the heat index was 104 in here. The paint and the fiberglass was drying almost instantly because of how hot it was. It is currently 52 and raining, and you know, with the rain and stuff, it feels like it's in the 40s. God damn, my truck looks good. Woo! I got distracted for a minute, sorry. She looks good wet. That sounded dirty. It sounded a little naughty. Anyways, we're gonna keep sanding our fiberglass. I basically got the passenger side done, need to do the driver's side, and then that's probably all I'm gonna do as far as sanding in this video. I cannot think of a more boring YouTube video. than just sanding body filler and fiberglass. After I get the driver's side all sanded down, we are gonna start digging into this motor. Need to take the intake off, need to take the exhaust off, need to get a lot of the computers and shit out of the way. I think I probably need to get the alternator out of the way, all that fun stuff, so that we can start piecing our turbo kit together. But first, we must sand, and I am not excited about it, but let's go. Holy crap, that took forever. Ended up sanding for like 3 hours. We got this all basically down where it needs to be. And then it took about an hour of sweeping out all the dust just so I could work a little bit more. That's all the sanding I'm doing in this video because it's just so boring. It's boring to do. It's even more boring to watch. We are gonna dig into this motor, just start ripping out as much as we can and probably call this a video. I think I should be able to get this basically all taken apart and hopefully start putting some pieces of the turbo kit together. But I don't know, we'll see. Let's dig in. Well, this thing has a lot of, how many radiator hoses does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4? What? I was gonna get this all out of here, but maybe not. Holy shit. Oh, okay, so the overflow tank goes right back into the hose. Well, that's kind of cool, but when I take this off, it's gonna make a big old mess. Fuck it, let's do it.
You better grab that tambourine. Bring the bass, we might be wicked.
So I'm starting to get some of these parts taken off. It is a pain in the ass. I have a lot of room this way. I don't have a lot of room down. So I'm going to start taking, I think, all of this stuff out of the way and just get this all wide open so we can start actually doing what we're doing and get to work. I also thought for some reason I can come in from the bottom. There's no way. These shock towers just have it all enclosed. So even from the bottom, it doesn't do you any good. So modern mechanic guys are I feel so sorry for you. You have to work on this shit all the time. My dad played in a golf tournament today. He's coming by. He said he wanted to take a look at it. I told him it was time to start doing body work. I guarantee you when he sees it, he's going to give me shit because he's a 30-year, painter, does body work really well. He's one of the best around. And I'm not saying that because he's my dad. He actually is. And he will guarantee give me shit. And then most likely, anytime I'm running the air compressor a lot, he will say, our air compressor is in here. He will say, hey, have you checked the oil on that at all? I guarantee he will do that, or he'll just go in there and check it himself. He does that every single time I do body work. So whenever he shows up, I'm gonna turn the camera on and we'll see what he says right off the bat. Not staged, no bullshit. I guarantee he says something. But I'm gonna keep whittling away on this and we'll see what happens.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm filming.
Okay.
I got the fiberglass all put on. I know I still need to go over with Bondo, but I wanna get the fiberglass on there over all the welds. And that shit sands like concrete, so it took forever. But I do got the fiberglass on that. What are you thinking?
You can start somewhere. Got a little bit more to do, huh?
Well, it's just the first coat. It's just the first coat. Starting to take all the motor shit apart now for the turbos and whatnot. Look, look. He's checking the oil in the compressor. What are you doing?
Just check to make sure we got a wall.
We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby.
I told you, I knew it 100%. He comes in, he goes, well, yeah, you sure do put it on good. Because I always put too much Bondo on, so he gives me shit about it. He also was like, yeah, it's a little rough. I'm like, it was just the first coat. So, and then 2 seconds later, he just goes straight into the air compressor room to go check the oil in the compressor. You can't make this shit up. I know him pretty well. I've known him for, quite a few years. So, good times. I'm going back to work. Also, you modern mechanics, I feel so sorry for you. Like, I have cuts and shit all over my fingers just from how tight and sharp stuff is in this motor. But yeah, anyways, back to work. I knew that was gonna happen.
You better grab that tambourine, bring the bass, we might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby.
Aha! Finally. Fuse box is normally right out here, and we need that real estate, so we're gonna move that up into the fender. All right, now we got some room, baby boy. Should we undo that? Probably. Okay, sweet. We can finally, after 2 hours, we can actually get to the exhaust. Got one side out, baby. Let's go. That's the video, baby. Thank you very much for watching. I am really excited. We only have like a week before we have to take this thing to Holly Ford Fest. So it's going to be crunch time in this next episode. But I'm really happy where we got. We got it all sealed off. We got a really good start on the bodywork. The fiberglass sands like you're sanding concrete. So it's really nice to get that first layer down. We can start doing Bondo work now. It sands so much easier. I'm also really excited to get the motor stripped down as much as I did. I know a lot of it was time lapse, but I mean, that was probably like 5 hours to get all of the exhaust out of there, the computers, the wires, just all the bullshit. So really got a good start on that as well. Please stay tuned. Next Tuesday should be a really good video. We will hopefully make some big progress on this turbo kit and also get the bodywork a little bit farther along. My dad's gonna be helping, so we'll both be hitting that really hard, and it should be starting to look like something very soon. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff they tell you to do at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace. Love ya.
I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been